Hello, everyone. So we are now about halfway through the week, and I can see that several of you have been active in our Canvas page. So I want to just kind of go through a few things to help you be a little bit more familiar with what we're doing this week. So I'm going to share my screen here, and this is what it should look like for you when you look on Canvas. So I have it set to our homepage just to kind of give you a little bit of an update on what we are doing this semester. So like I mentioned before, we're having that hybrid format where a lot of our more of our like large group lecture style stuff will be here online, and then you'll have a small group with your peer mentor. So you should be receiving an email from your peer mentor with your location and time and everything for how you'll meet. We do have some classrooms set up. So I know that there's a classroom that's showing up in Access Plus. Your room with your peer mentor might be different from that one. We just had to have something put in there in Access Plus. So also on this homepage, you can scroll through here, go to meet your instructors. You'll see Dr. Shane and myself. We have our information on how you can contact us. We do have our office locations put in here, but just so you know, we're not in the office physically very much this semester. I will be in the office only a couple times a week, but we're not really doing in-person advising. So I also put on here how you can make an appointment with me if you ever wanted to have an advising appointment. But just so you know, I have office hours as well just for learning community students. So those will be Monday from 11 to noon or Tuesday from 10 to 11. And you would be able to, I'll send out some information in just a little bit about how you can meet with me during those hours if you choose to. So we also have a place here where you can meet your peer mentors. And scrolling down, you can see we have all of our peer mentors here. We have 8 of them for the fall. So they have their contact information as well, their email address, their phone number, and then we've attached a personal data sheet for each one of them. So getting into the first assignment that you'll have that we're assigning this week, so it's due next Thursday, and that is the personal data sheet. So if you want to look at that assignment over here, if you click on the assignments tab, you will be able to go into that personal data sheet. And here you can see all of the instructions for completing that, as well as use a template to complete it. So please use this template because we want to make sure that they're all kind of having that consistent look. So when I open this up, and let me make sure that I am sharing to that. Okay, so using this personal data sheet, what I want from you is to, just tell me a little bit about yourself. So would like a photo of you, a photo where we can see your face. So hopefully, not wearing sunglasses, not wearing a hat, make sure that we can see who you are. So especially since we're not having so much in-person interaction during this semester, this is going to be a more helpful way for us to kind of all get to know each other. So who are you? What do you want to be called in class? So I'm fine with you calling me Emily. We're going to be talking with each other quite a bit as your academic career goes on. So I'm definitely fine with you calling me Emily. The reason that I want you to specify that is not everyone goes by their given name. If you go by a middle name like Parker does, or a nickname, or just whatever you prefer. And also I want to mention that just because I'm okay with being called by my first name, that's not necessarily true of every instructor. So be aware of that, as you're talking to your other instructors throughout the semesters. If you're not sure if they're a doctor or not, you can always just call them Professor Bowers, Professor Shane, whatever their name is. So the other thing that you're doing with the personal data sheet is you have 2 assessments to take. So we're doing the personality type assessment and then also the learning styles. So when you have those assessments completed, you'll put in what your breakdown is and then what percentage you are in each of those areas. We are asking for your hometown, number of siblings, any pets, just kind of some fun information. There's my dog Frank. Some non-Connie student organizations or clubs. So I know that it's the first week of classes and a lot of you haven't been here before. So it's not necessarily what you're in and active in right now, but if there's anything that you want to be involved in or want to learn more about, this would be a great place to put any clubs or organizations that you're thinking of maybe participating in. And then we would also like you to include a few hobbies. So just tell us about yourself. We're trying to get to know you. My hobbies, I love biking. If I'm not at work or hanging out with my dog, then I'm probably out riding a bike. I do RegBri every year. It's one of my favorite things. I also love cooking and baking, and I recently bought a super old house, and so I'm doing a lot of home improvement projects, and that's been pretty fun too. Tell us something unique or fun about yourself. My fun fact is that I used to live on a boat out in Washington State. It was a lot of fun. It was a very small space. I don't think I'll ever do it again. But for those of you who are living in dorm rooms, I know how that feels. Small space living can be fun. And then also a favorite song and artist. And if it's not your absolute favorite, then just pick one. Make sure that it does not have any explicit lyrics. So we want to be able to, if I make a class playlist, I don't want anything that can't be played in the classroom. So follow this template. You can download this and then just replace everything. Replace it with your picture, replace it with your information, and then save it and upload it back into Canvas. We don't need you to print any of them off. We just need them uploaded into Canvas, and we will be using these later. We're going to actually have a discussion board activity starting next week. So after they're due, we'll be using these to kind of help get to know each other. So make sure you get that one uploaded before the next class. So before 4 p.m. on August 27th.